Welcome back to Java with Miyoshi. We're going to talk a little bit about getting started. And in getting started, we're going to talk about input, output, I/O, variables, constants, and a little bit of math. And we're going to just mention very briefly that Java is an object-oriented programming language. So everything is an object in Java. And to kind of demonstrate that, we'll talk about I/O, input and output, in separate identities. And we'll talk about variables and constants in a different one as well, and we'll talk about math. But I wanted to let you know right now, just a quick thing about object-oriented programming is that everything is an object again. These guys here, they start out with system dot. What that shows you is that there's some kind of higher level stuff that's got an output in it, and all this says is that this guy here, at the last guy, these guys here are methods, and the dot print line, open parentheses, double quote with my string literal there. That guy is my method that says, hey, print out a line, and at the end of that line, we're going to put a new line in there so that anything else I'm going to print is going to come out on the next line. This guy here with the out.print, notice it's not print line, it's just print. That does not have a new line at the end, so anything that gets printed after that would go directly after the ABC. And then this guy here, this is one I like simply because it gives me some control over how I see it here in the printf, or in the printout here. It's a print system.out.printf. The printf is something I've used from C++, and it's nice because it gives us an idea of what it looks like. And the way we use that is there's double quotes on both sides of my output, and inside here there's a placeholder for the %s says that's a string, and if I wanted to do an integer I could do that, and I got a backslash n which tells me there's a new line at the end of this guy. So this guy here, there's 1, 2, and then there's a comma, and whatever comes after that comma, it could be a variable that's a string, it could be, if it was a variable that was an integer, I could put a %i there. Whatever the case might be, I would have that guy there. This guy, oops, got rid of the double quote there. That guy, the 1, 2, 3, gets the %s gets replaced by this 1, 2, 3 in this case, and so in this case I'd have hello world, and then on the next line I'd have ABC, and then right after the C would be 1, 2, 3. So again, just a little bit about object-orientedness, if you will. Everything is an object, and so you see these dot notations that help us see that there's some higher level system in this case. Then it's got some other properties, if you will, or some other parts of it, and then it's got these methods that say, hey, we can output to the screen. So just a slight bit about object-orientedness, and we will come back to that concept later as we get into more and more about Java. So thanks for tuning in. We will talk again more about, as we get started, we'll talk about a little bit more about input and output, talk about variables and constants, and we'll talk about some math stuff here shortly. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on Java with Miyoshi.